rise for the Rank Kings Court.
And we are live, everybody. Hello from the Rank Kings Court with the gavel. I thought you hit your finger for a hot second. Yeah, we have a gavel now. That's cool. But yes, everyone, welcome to the Rank Kings Court. If you are here, you know the time is 6:30, and we are on Twitch. That is a finger pointed at me, which is a discretion. Yes, welcome. We have a big topic to discuss for tonight, as well as some, I guess, little issues we should cover with the last week's order in the court. Order. That's not true. You have a toy gavel. Does anybody hear any audio from the studio? It says no audio in studio, only hear Austin. Well, Ping's honeymoon apparently went well. It said it when he was asked. Are we all good with the audios? My ranking broke the stream, Denny says. Ladies and gentlemen, we will take a break.
Let's dive right into sports, as I have strong opinions on that. Which college team could beat a professional team in the same sport right now?
Okay.
There is not a single answer that is better than the LSU Tigers defeating the Cincinnati Bengals.
Even if I know the pitch that's coming, every other part of me is still normal.
That's why it's frustrating for me, Greg.
It's like okay, if I know what something is coming, I know ahead of time, I still have to be able to do the action to get the result that I need.
Okay, so they won 3 games in 10 years with 3 rebuilds.
I don't lose at arguments. All
Especially
right.
about fast food, so yeah.
You will never walk alone. Guess what? Now you will. Coronavirus.
I barely touch my girlfriend's cat. The most I'd be willing to do is like just kind of.
Sometimes it's impossible to let your kids just fucking drown, Austin. I tried. I said, Vo, you can do it. I trust you. You can figure it out. Guess what?
Hey, good thing you're here today.
Shocker. Yeah,
Good thing.
right.
That would have been bad last week.
Simple button click. But Austin, do you know where all these technical difficulties are coming from?
Hey, man, I know a great place and a great person that would love to read the ad lead or the ad read.
Ad lead. We're off to a great start.
Ad read. We are back. Audio is fixed. Derek, where are we, man?
Fucking denial. The Rankings Court with a gavel. Shout out Josh. I'm going to put it on the towel because I keep hitting shit. I'm going to put a bigger dent in the table. There. Oh, it does make such a cool noise. It's not as good as a noise. Rankings Court is live today from the Union Fitness Studios located on the North Shore of Pittsburgh. Union Fitness is more than a traditional gym. It is a place. Shout out to Denny for the 300 bits. It is a place where you can transform yourself inside and out with a variety of classes based around fitness, yoga, strength, and performance training. At Union Fitness, they believe it is their duty to hold themselves and their clients to a higher standard. They practice what they preach and uphold the values that make Union Fitness the community that it is. Go to unionfitness.com today to sign up for a free consultation. Through Union, there is strength.
Strength.
Good job, idiots.
Awesome. But yes.
It's cool without. It's better on the table.
Don't hurt yourself.
I can't. I literally can't hurt myself.
Before we move on to tonight's topic, I would like to say what our results were for last week's poll
Say them.
of the ranking on the reality competition shows between my brother and myself. So, as you can see, all of the things are listed before you. Vote. A drum roll I will give. Can you please tell who won?
And the winner was the ranking with 52% to 48%. So that was pretty close.
Yeah, that's a good
Were
one.
you scared?
No, I would. I mean, there were some ones that I had missed. I did not figure in Biggest Loser. I thought that was a shoo-in for that would definitely give him some momentum to come in with. But I felt his downfall was the Australian Survivor and the normal Survivor in the top three. You're gonna pick one, not pick the other. I mean,
so you're saying he's an idiot?
I don't think Austin likes
wow.
Australia.
Wow.
You're putting words in my mouth.
He's like, Ian's an idiot.
You're not saying
Anybody that likes Australia is dumb.
That's basically what you said.
Australia's the worst ranked country ever there's ever been.
Ever. No, we appreciated him being on as our first guest. The show did really well. Everything went according to plan. Now, you guys had mentioned some shows that weren't on either of ours.
Yeah.
So we'd like to take those into consideration.
Yeah, Rocket Power, still the best show of all time. Doesn't really matter the genre or class, so Rocket Power was mine.
Yeah, you did miss that one.
Yeah.
Ink Master. Was
No,
definitely
yeah,
one.
Real Ink Master was a
Ink
good one we
Master.
talked about. We had people DM us saying some more of the cooking type competitions. We did have, like you said, we had Hell's Kitchen, but Top Chef, all of those are amazing, which I'm a sucker for a good food channel show. Those were the big ones that I was hearing come in, and some other people obviously had more niche ones, but none other ones that I thought should be in it.
Yeah, I will say some of the responses that we got, like someone had shows that weren't even reality competition shows, but we appreciate the always putting shows in there for us. We certainly.
Is he
love
talking
it.
about me saying Rockefeller right there? Or do people
No.
actually send? Hold on, Austin. I'm talking to the producer.
We did have a couple that weren't reality
Okay,
shows,
good,
but
good.
they were like competition shows. So, like Shark Tank was one.
Oh yeah, that's a
But-
tough one because that's not I wouldn't clarify reality. It's not a competition because every one of them could win.
Yeah.
Is how I guess I'd word it.
I mean, like, I've been watching actually a lot more Shark Tank recently, trying to get a little incentive into the business world. And I just love Mr. Wonderful, man. He's so funny. He's just like, every time someone gets another offer and they're out, he comes back and he's like, actually, I'm changing the offer now and it's more because you screwed up.
Yeah,
I find it funny. It's awesome.
they got into the spirit. 400.
Oh yeah.
They just
Then
really got into the
he
spirit.
putting one on from Bo actually, because you said this one as well. Denny writes in, still pissed Bros versus Joes wasn't on the list.
Hey, Denny, you know why it wasn't on the list? Austin's never heard of it.
Oh, Mary, just call me
Hold
out
the
in
fuck
middle
on.
of the show. Order!
What the absolute fuck is that, Austin?
Pros versus Joes.
What do you mean you don't know what that is?
I actually don't.
I send you to stupidity.
5 years. This is gonna be a bad idea.
Pros versus Joes, they would take like ex-NFL athletes and ex-NBA players and
Yeah.
put them up against regular guys
And baseball players.
who were
and
the Joes.
every
No,
sport.
just sports.
Sports, hockey.
Yeah,
Soccer.
hockey's a real sport, yeah. Soccer.
There's a recent show that I guess that's been promoted as like a construction show or trying to like build the best. It's a tough something, but they're like all being put to make things like put gravel and like use sledgehammers and everything that a normal like construction worker would use, but in a competition sense.
Oh yeah, that's a new one, isn't it?
Yeah, I have no idea what it's
That's
called.
what
Could they come have that competition at my parents' house?
Oh man, I just got put through the age test. That's a shame.
You do every week, and we stand true and say, "Shut up, all you old people." Even though Pros vs. Joes is a great show.
Speaking of sports, that leads us to what, Austin?
That brings us to tonight's segment. Man, if you didn't play these games, I don't know what childhood you missed.
Oh, shots fired at the Amish, just right off the bat.
They're playing the game right
yes.
now.
I did not get a spray tan also from Doritos Locos Tacos that puts in the chat. I'm just naturally this good looking, so I appreciate it.
I'm
So,
sorry, I responded that you did, so that is on me.
Well, yeah.
Oh.
Also,
two different stories.
also
right
my
there.
hand blends into the background behind me, so I can't really talk out of paleness.
Are you a ghost?
Kind of.
Kind.
But yes, tonight's topic, the Backyard Sports Game franchise. This was a nice way to kind of implement today's stars
Mhm.
with a new cast of characters. Basically just doing the old thing where you get a group of people together, kind of like the Sandlot, and you just play a sports game for as long as you want. And that was the beauty of it, man. They even had kid announcers, which a lot of the times I hated because they were like just saying the same things like, "Oh, ground ball. Oh, he really
Yeah.
knocked that one into the curb." Like, all right, we get it.
Wasn't the
Really.
one's name like Sunny Day or something
So
like
Sunny Day, and then the kid. I'm looking it up because you could.
Each sport had like a different announcer, I think, right?
I
No,
remember
but there was the
play-
one kid the whole way through. Vinny the Gooch.
Vinny the
That's
Gooch.
right.
So Vinny the Gooch was baseball until 2005. Sunny
Yeah.
Day was play-by-play in all sports, so she was
Okay.
in almost everything. Chuck Downfield
That's what it was.
was
was-
football. Earl
Yeah.
Grey soccer. Barry DeJay was backyard basketball. Buddy Check was hockey. And if you typed in Buddy Check on the created character, you could use him.
That's crazy.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Modern day Chico.
Vinny the Gooch.
Vinny the Gooch. But yes, Backyard Sports, we loved all of this stuff, man.
Yeah,
And
baby.
we'll get right into it with tonight's first radical ranking. So, tonight's first radical ranking.
First time we have never talked through that. I just want to
Yeah.
real quick.
We'll hang-
Good job.
we managed to contain ourselves. But yes, we are the first radical ranking. We are looking more of the backyard baseball standpoint, and we are going with the top pro baseball players in backyard baseball. Now, a lot of these could be measured to opinion. I kind of went off stats with the pictures to put them in perspective. So let's start off with number 5, which, as I said, I've been watching.
Boo!
Okay. we start off, as I said, I've been watching more Shark Tank, and he was a recent guest shark on the show, and that is one Alex Rodriguez.
Okay.
Big fan.
He was pretty good on this game.
Stats speak for themselves, man. I mean, he wasn't particularly good at pitching, but I mean, running and fielding were his strong suits, and that's kind of how he was presented, in real life. He never pitched, obviously, so a lot of those go into perspective. Batting, I think, could have been a little bit more lean. I mean, what do you got? I
I would have put his batting up a little bit. I mean, he is one of the better hitters in traditional modern history of
Yeah.
baseball, if you would think. But
It-
I-
In the game, he was more of a contact hitter, not a power hitter. So he didn't hit a lot of home runs,
yeah,
but he always get base hits for you.
Which, by the way, when you guys always selected what swing of the bat you did, for me personally, I always just did power unless I had a power up.
I mean, it's situational. If I'm going up against Del Vecchio on the mound, I know that I need to get a hit. If I'm going up
Yeah.
against somebody weaker like little Mikey, I'm taking that shit to fucking Pound Town, baby.
I think like there were only a couple of times I used like line drive, which the power ups in this game were hilarious.
Oh,
They
they're
were.
great.
Oh yeah, they're
The
amazing.
best.
I think one of the best ones was the screaming line drive,
Yeah.
where if you hit it, it just went ah! like the whole time.
Then they had the aluminum bat power up.
Yeah.
To just crush the
Yeah,
ball,
the
like-
underground one was good too.
Yeah.
Where
yeah.
it would go underground and the
We'll move on to number 4, which is slamming Sammy Sosa.
Yeah, I mean, Sammy was goated. He was the big bat. The only problem I have with all of these guys is that every time I would just play a quick game, all of their stats would just get destroyed.
Mhm.
And like it would
Yeah.
give them all negatives to make it like even, and it was the most frustrating thing because I just wanted to run through some little shitty computer kids on a Tuesday.
I think though what the guy that you use for Chiz plays, he does all these like backyard games
Yeah.
and everything.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
Hilarious.
So,
Just
yeah, he flips out and everything.
yeah, he actually at one point ruined his keyboard. I think he
Oh,
like
really?
got so mad that he spilled his drink on his keyboard, and that's where the video ended.
Bo knows a topic. I'm stunned. Josh said.
Yeah, Josh. this is one of the ones I wrote in.
This is the only one he wrote in. Yeah.
But yeah, man, Sammy Sosa was good when you needed the. I mean, I would always put him at 4 or 5 because that's where I normally put my power hitters.
Yeah.
So he was always the right person for that. We'll move on to number 3. Another Derek, spelled wrong.
He might be
There.
the one guy that spelled correctly. He might have done
Okay.
enough in his life to change the spelling. I will
Okay.
say.
Well, number 4 is DJ Derek Jeter.
My man, my guy.
Yeah. I mean, you know you're not putting any of these guys on the mound if they don't pitch. So aside from that, his stats are pretty much elite. Like
Mhm.
there's not probably a better I would argue there's probably not a better fielder maybe in the game. And
Just with his speed and fielding, yeah,
yeah.
it was so elite.
yeah. I mean, and at one point I will say like for a long time as a normal Pittsburgh Pirates fan, you know, we always have our secondary teams, and my family was always the Red Sox. So I decided to be different and do the New York Yankees. I kind of felt like the Keaton approach to this with the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. But I will say when we went to a game in New York where the Red Sox and the Yankees were playing, a random drunk guy walked up and noticed that everyone else in my family was wearing Red Sox stuff. And he goes, "What's wrong with your family?"
A lot, sir.
He proceeded to like flip off another Red Sox fan, and he had 2 Yankee symbols tattooed on his middle
Yep.
fingers. So that was
So it
dope.
goes. Do you remember this, Austin? Do they sell rice balls here? Dude,
Who said
we
that?
need a batter, not a broken ladder.
There was always the
The
"We
greatest.
need a pitcher, not a
Yeah, I
Billy
remember that one.
Yep. The rice balls was, I think it was Derek Jeter. Do they sell rice balls
see,
here?
See, I never picked Jeter.
Yeah.
So never
Jeter's
had
my
him.
first all the time. That's a great call, Bueno.
We'll move on to the top 2. Number 2, Ken Griffey Jr.
Shocked he is not number 1.
Yeah.
I have my reasons.
I'm sure you do.
Again, pitching, you're not looking at it, but he does have a better pitching than most of the pros that go into this. You know, he's one off of batting, which is always great. Running, a lot of the times, if you're playing, even if the running is up when you're playing a team that has a great field advantage, sometimes they'll throw faster. And I've had a lot of times where I've hit a bad ball, but you think Ken Griffey's still going to be able to get to the base, and I've been thrown out. So it happens, but
I feel like he's taking personal attacks
Yeah.
because he's once or twice not made the base.
Yeah, he's like, oh, for that, you're number 2.
Yeah, I feel like this is a personal attack.
I mean, he wears his hat backwards. He has to be number 1.
He's a cool kid. I think he's the only junior, too.
I think so.
Depends what year. They have different versions of the game. Might have been somebody else in there.
Fuck you, man.
I don't know.
just
I think he's a solid number 2, but I gotta put the GOAT in here at number 1, and that is one Barry Bonds.
Okay. Who's GOAT?
I consider him in this game. I consider him the GOAT.
He was good.
He's the big guy.
The
There-
motherfucking audacity on your nutsack to refer to anyone in this realm of society as the GOAT and not name a name that I will not say because of future
Okay.
rankings is sacrilegious. Sacrilegious.
GOAT. I was talking about GOAT as in terms of pros.
Baseball pros.
You
Yeah.
said
I know what I said.
This
And the dude
game.
got an earring. That's dope.
I can't believe you. Yeah, actually, Denny brings up a good point. Another guy that I would always take, Ichiro.
Ichiro.
Yep.
I would always take Jason Kendall.
I never did, but I did
Huge
because he was a
fan.
pirate.
And he's good at pitching too. He's like my closer.
Yeah,
I bring him in.
it's a little. So I'm another one that I'm super surprised at. Austin Frank, the Big Hurt Thomas,
Yeah.
big bat, big pitcher.
Mark McGuire.
Another one. Yep. I mean, there's
he
a
was-
lot
he
of.
was super
Giambi.
slow though.
Yeah, McGuire kind of stunk.
He
Plus,
get-
I didn't have that version. I only had
Yeah,
2002.
I had the first version that came out. Like Jeff Bagwell was on there.
He was on mine too.
Randy
For the
Johnson.
Astros. He was on mine too.
Where are they at, Austin?
I mean, they're in the top 10. I wouldn't like. There's a lot of talented pros that come into this game
Mhm.
that you got to put in. I consider the top 5 that I listed probably.
Yeah,
better-
Barry Bonds and Ken Griffey are my 1-2 for me, but I just like Ken Griffey. He was cool growing up, so that's why.
Yeah, I always correct me if I'm wrong. He was in the movie that I always mention on here with the Minnesota Twins, and they were playing him, and they were able to completely stupefy him in a trick play that still I watch and I'm like, how did that happen?
Little Big League.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, I got you. What up, Jose Pepperdine?
But yes, that is the
Can be
first.
the goat with asterisks too, Austin.
Yes. That was our first radical ranking. Let's hit radical ranking number 2.
Let's go.
There we go. Noises. We missed the noises last week.
Order.
Order.
Wow, that'll happen whenever we do our noises. That'll be the thing.
Order.
So now we get into the second radical ranking, which might be a little controversial. I don't think so, but we'll bring it in. With the top backyard games. Now,
There was murmurs in this exact room, Austin, that 50% of this room believes that this is the best, most accurate ranking you've ever had.
And then something happened, and I changed my mind.
And then something happened. So you were an inch away from winning 50% of your co-hosts' opinions.
well, you know what? One is enough. I'll say that.
Well, no,
long-
something changed, and now nobody believes it.
Okay. Well,
It's still a good one. I think the people will
Let's
like this one.
go!
stuck into it. Number 5, we are bringing backyard basketball.
Love it.
Love it.
Lisa Leslie, KG.
Yeah, I think this is like, I mean, out of the backyard games, maybe this just is more towards me because I was never a big basketball fan growing up when I was a kid. So
That's fair.
I kind of associate this one maybe at the back of the pack, but I can see why people love it. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's just, it was, I mean, it's when you see your favorite sport be made into a backyard game, you get excited.
Yeah, exactly. Because then you get to see like how they would act as kids and everything, and some of the stupid stuff that.
Hell yeah, brother.
Let's hit number 4, which Vo might be a little tearful in the eye, and maybe all hockey fans out there, because this is backyard hockey.
No, I actually agree with this one.
You agree with this one?
I agree with this one. I always wanted them to make it, and then when they finally made it, I was like, all right, that's okay, but it's not the best one.
I get it. I mean, it's the same concept, right? Taking all the big hockey stars at the time
Mhm.
and throwing them into a backyard setting. And correct me if I'm wrong, but this might have been one of the only ones I think that may have released for. I think I might be wrong, but I could have sworn this was for GameCube at some point too.
That I don't know. I had it just for desktop, and it was aggravating to have to click to get down the ice.
That's
and
what-
that
that's
was, it
why
was
it
just, it
frustrated
was a
me,
lot.
yeah.
Like, we were talking about how baseball is just the best because it's very much like There's not a lot of like, oh, I need to click to run over here. It's literally base running and hitting and throwing the ball. Now the fielding, obviously, but this game it just had so much going on, man.
Yeah, it's a lot more than you would need,
Mhm.
right, for like a common kids game. Like maybe they try to introduce that maybe as a more learning dynamic to have more buttons and pressings and all of the 9 yards that go along with it. I don't know. It's a number 4 for me. Number 3 is the sport that I grew up with, backyard soccer.
See, this is where you lost me.
See, why exactly?
This
Because I'm curious now.
this was one of my favorites. Like I would play. I think at one point I played 100 games like in the season, and they always had like the indoor soccer tournaments. Do you remember that? Like where you played other countries and things like that.
Mhm.
And I played so many seasons. I remember my sister played one game and I was undefeated and she lost and I was so mad. Like I was like I have to restart this whole thing. She ruined my perfect record.
I don't know, man. I mean,
He doesn't care about your
He
thoughts.
doesn't care.
Shut
He
up,
doesn't
idiot.
care.
add that to the check mark thing, Bo.
Yep.
Gonna love when that's gonna come out. I don't know. I enjoyed it for what it was because the concept of we all know that when we were kids playing soccer, like, you know, we weren't the greatest, but to see it actually happen on a video game kind of made me chuckle a little bit. Like, oh yeah, was I actually wondering or was I picking dandelions in the field? Like I don't
Yeah.
quite remember. So, but it's a good one. The game fabric, I
Not
believe,
wrong.
gave it a 6.8 out of 10. So, but
Would you
99%.
agree, Austin, with this statement?
What?
Vo looked like he belonged in backyard soccer the last time he played pickup at Shenley. If you saw Vo play,
He wasn't there.
would you?
Oh,
No, but I'm
wasn't
saying like you just doing athletic things. I'm gonna toss you a name, Austin. Pete Wheeler.
Amazing.
Wait a minute. Yo, wait.
Vo Wheeler, baby. Vo Wheeler.
No, I played soccer the same way I play hockey. Just stand by the net.
Big ass bender.
Walks onto the
Kick
soccer
garbage
field.
goals.
What's that,
Walks
Aust?
Walks onto the soccer field. What?
He's like, you want to drop gloves? It's like we literally don't have gloves on.
When Pete played baseball and stand backwards. Do you
Yeah.
remember that?
Oh yeah. No, I like it. I think at 3 it's perfect, Austin. I think that's the appropriate number 3.
Yeah, because like the top 2, which we'll get into now, like they belong where they are. Like I don't think that anybody could tell except maybe Vo's garbage opinion, but it's fine. Which is number 2, backyard football. I mean, this is like I know for a fact this was one of the most frustrating games because I would throw perfect passes and these kids would not catch the ball, and I would just yell like, "It's for hands!"
I didn't have that one. I had the other one and like the later version or what I think it was 2009 or something like that or some shit.
Yeah.
It was so aggravating, but I could tell you when I had this for the Game Boy, I could tell you if the kick was going to bounce forward or backwards based off the rotation of the ball. That's how much I played this game growing up on Game Boy at least.
Yeah. I will say that I know for a fact I think this one was made later for a GameCube, and I played my brother with it, and it was I don't know why I would ever put Reese, I believe his name was,
Yeah.
at wide receiver. I don't know if he like kind of looked like a
He was
Scotty
fast.
Miller to me.
He's a goddamn
fast.
liability is what I'll tell you he is.
Yeah, he. I would always have him as my kicker. He was pretty amazing.
See, I did Keisha as my kicker because then she could be the center.
Oh,
She's
Ah.
a great blocker.
See, for me, that was I liked the idea for it, Derek, because mine was Dmitry Petrovic.
Same exact
Yeah.
thing.
My-
Ernie was good. He was a good wide receiver.
Ricky Johnson was good receiver.
I thought of Ricky Williams. I don't know why.
Ricky Williams was good on the game.
Ricky
though.
Williams was
He
great,
good.
and that's why I was laughing. I was like, no shit. He was really
Yeah,
good, man.
Ricky Johnson was. He had like the watermelon shaped head,
Yep.
just running down the field.
Yep.
Oh man. But yeah, you can't take away number 1. I mean, it is literally the OG. I don't think anybody can disagree with that. And that is backyard baseball. For me, this is the one that started it all. Like, you can't.
I mean, it
Argue.
has to be. Now, mine was, I will admit, 2002. Not this one, but
Okay.
amazing.
They were all the same though, basically. Just updated rosters, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, but like the whole issue is that like I never had played a backyard game before.
Mhm.
And then when backyard baseball came out, I was like, wow, like this is pretty cool. And the pitches and the hits with the power-ups were amazing. And I would constantly get really, really frustrated when I would get thrown outside, or, you know, I lose because someone throws like a crazy heater pitch that I'm obviously not going to hit.
That's when you just stick the bat out and bunt. That's all
What
you
a
have to do.
wuss.
I will
That's
say
all, that's
that
all you gotta do.
I will say I believe that Ricky was the best at bunting for this game, because I would always bunt. No matter what, I'd be like, Ricky, go up there, you're bunting. And I'd put in my head, but coach, I want to hit. No, you're going to bunt, Ricky. You're going
Coach,
to bunt.
I want to hit a home run. Bunt.
Bunt.
You're like, yeah, it's really great, Ricky. Shut up.
Pablo's
That
up
was,
next.
that was
Bunt.
basically me in
In
baseball,
sports, yeah.
No, I had
All
three,
sports.
three base hit bunts.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll have to see the tape.
I
I
don't
think
think there's any tape.
I think this would be better
Mhm.
if you could see the coach, like the third base coach and everything, doing all the signals. I
Oh,
think
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like he just sticks his finger up his nose, like, that means, take a hit.
That'd be a good one. They're kids. That's what they do.
That's what they should do, yeah.
Throws
Yeah,
a dandelion
those-
in the air.
But those are the top backyard games. I think anybody could hardly argue with them. Aside from maybe Warren Verborough in the room at number 3 for backyard.
Yeah, I thought they were good. I don't know what
No,
Vo's
I
big
thought,
Rom
I
was.
thought they were good. I just played soccer more than football. So
No, that's a sad job. So did I. I
Man.
had a sad job.
But let's get into what I believe will take the most time and what I'm excited for. The great debate. How do we normally do this? 5, right?
yeah, we'll go with 5. 5 good for you.
Are we drafting?
Yeah, draft
Okay.
and backyard sports team.
Okay.
And I'll write them down and then I'll post
I mean,
them.
somebody
post
host
them
the show,
after.
because if I have to host this show, I'm just going to fire Austin and pay myself.
No, now hold on. I'm just doing my job, man.
What's the great debate, brother?
The great debate, guys, is we are going to draft a team of backyard players. I'm excited for this. This is basically, gym class pick'em. You're not good, you don't get in, you cry in a corner, and you mope about it for 13 years until you have a show. So it's fine, It works your own
Until
way.
you have your show. That was Austin, wasn't it?
What?
Or was it you?
I think it was me.
Was it you?
But yeah, the thing I'm kind of trying to consider here is we have to consider all sports in general, right?
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
what I was going to
That's
ask.
yeah,
Is it
that was Vo's
specific
question.
sport?
He was thinking about this the entire day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting one because some excel in different areas. Like Reese is not the best baseball player, but he's a really good soccer player. And apparently, according to Vo, a really good punter. So I don't know. He's the same shape as the ball. So I wouldn't like.
There's one thing that I think is a little more important, Austin. How on God's green earth do we decide the draft order?
Ooh, that is an interesting question. So I will say that I will go last because
You
you
go
both
first.
are currently wearing black and I'm wearing blue. So I'll
Okay.
decide that.
See, if we were
Then-
going by that, I'd say you should go first because you're the odd man out.
What kind of diabolical? You've had that shit planned. He's like, what are they wearing? Okay, good. Okay,
Austin
good.
doesn't have a hat
He
on.
doesn't have a
either.
hat on. You're not in the studio. There's a million things you could have gone with, but trying to convince us that is a blue sweatshirt. Wow.
It's blue.
Rook
So-
says flip a coin. I think that there should be a. Can I do? I'm going to do a random number generator between 1 and 3.
Sure.
Austin. You pick the first number.
Why is he
I'll
the pick
pick two.
first? 1.
All right. So, Vo is 1. Austin is 2. I am 3. It says min 1, max 3. Generate. I'm 3. You're
1.
and you're 2. Okay.
2. Yep.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Viewer's choice is a good idea, though.
I liked it a lot better because it went to 1. Rook, what should the order be?
That's fair.
Yeah, I don't know. Chat, figure it out. Foreigner, step in here. Lime, who should go first, second, or third? Somebody give us an order. We'll go with the first one we see.
This is an interesting one. I appreciate the chat getting involved with this.
Well, I just don't like Austin telling us
Oh,
that we can. Now I don't even want Pablo. I don't know what's wrong. Is he hurt?
See?
What's on the injury report, Austin? What do you know
He
that I
actually-
don't
He
know?
actually got fat over the years. He
Right?
can't really move.
What do you know that I don't know, Austin?
So
I don't know.
we're
I've
just
been taking
picking
stats
every
on
sport. There's
Every
not-
sport
Stats
that's
on
ever
the-
happened, yeah.
for you,
Or
so.
should we like make it like volleyball or something? Like pick a sport.
Deke first, Austin second, Vo never. I love
Never.
that.
All
Deke,
right, so
Austin,
either
Vo. Wow,
round
wow,
last,
wow, wow.
Okay, that works.
How the fuck did they come up with the
I
same
don't
thing?
know. You probably texted them on the side.
I
like,
don't have
"Hey."
either of their numbers. All right. I mean,
Good, you're first.
with the first overall pick, how do you spell Keisha Phillips? I will take Pablo,
Yeah.
the man
Shaw.
himself, the GOAT, the one and only Sanchez.
I knew that was coming.
You nominated yourself to go third. There is no way you thought Pablo was falling to third.
No, I'm saying like I knew he was going to go with one overall. I mean, if you don't think that, you're crazy.
Had to be.
Okay, so I will take my first overall pick,
I'm writing on this paper, Vo.
That's fine.
being one Keisha Phillips.
Oh, wow. I said that as a joke.
Nope.
She's a good pick.
She is not a good pick.
Batting good, football, she can make a good tackle.
She
You know,
can make
hockey,
a
she
good
can knock someone
tackle.
out. Basketball,
I can't even find her on this tier maker list, Vo. Oh,
she's
there
the
she
first
is.
one on A.
First
Yeah.
one, A,
Okay, okay. Everyone calm down. I found it. Vo's up for 2.
I'm up for 2.
Bastards.
My first pick is going to be Pete Wheeler.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
goat.
I don't hate him.
Goat. Goat. Goat.
He's fast. He can outrun anybody. He does get a little confused sometimes.
But so do
but-
you.
Yeah, that's why he's the captain of my team.
You said, heh,
What?
heh.
And he's a ginger, so
Oh,
we'll
wow.
take Austin down.
Wow, wow.
Okay, I guess we're going that
We're,
route.
we're bringing that back up.
All right.
All right, who's
All right,
next?
so you are back-to-back picks, Vo. Who you taking next?
I'm gonna go with Dante Robinson because he was like
Oh.
a mini version of Pablo.
I don't hate Dante.
He was
Yeah,
great.
I don't.
I like
The-
Dante.
The
That's-
comp is a
that's
little
scary.
weird, but I don't hate the pick.
It was a reach, but I enjoy it. And yeah, the comp was a little. out
he
there.
looked just like Pablo, just with an afro.
They all no way. Pablo's head is way more U-shaped. Dante's
That's
football.
because he had a hat on.
Plus, if you don't feed Dante, he might get angry because he's always eating something.
That's true.
Yeah,
he always
right.
had butter fingers. Don't put him in goal. Don't do that. You don't want that.
All right,
He'll
Aus.
end up throwing the ball in his own net.
Oh my god. Oh
All
my
right,
god. Oh
um,
my god. I quit.
I will go with one Jocinda Smith.
Ah, bastard. Off my own draft board.
Basically, she can excel at anything. You just
Yeah,
you just
she's
do that.
like Mario. She's just so
Yeah.
good at kind of everything. I gotta fire my scouts. Give me Ahmed Khan.
Ooh, that's
Okay.
a good pick.
You going back to
Ahmed's
back brothers?
he's
You going back to back brothers?
hell no, brothers are stupid.
Ahmed was he was on with the headphones, right?
Yeah,
That's
Ahmed was he could bang threes in basketball too, which I loved. I don't really agree with this tier list on a few guys, so I'm gonna go with the in the off chance that this turns into some kind of rich person sport, such as tennis or polo or hockey. Give me Dmitry Petrov,
Oh.
that rich little fat fuck.
And you got the brain behind it too, man.
Yep,
Like you can basically work as your
or
your game-
Petrovich. Petrovich.
Like-
Petrovich.
Petrovich, yeah. You
Yeah, I
basically
like
work
his
as
big
play
brain.
caller while being on the team.
I mean, he's
So-
Andy Reid, so
Yeah.
Basically.
Derek
right.
has the best ranking.
Okay,
Court
we're
adjourned.
not there yet.
Okay, sorry. I get excited. First day as a judge.
I will go.
First day on the
I will
job.
now go with the one with the heart, soul, and determination to excel,
Oh no.
and that is Kenny.
Why do you gotta word it like that?
He's a fighter.
He is. He is. Heart, soul,
Great,
and
man.
determination.
That's he gives it his all.
He
Every
does.
sport.
He does. I love him. He was on our board.
And he's a great running back. Hand him the ball, no one can tackle him.
That's true.
Okay.
What do you got for two, Bo?
Yeah. Nice pick, Oz. Nice pick.
I'm gonna go with got to go with Ricky Johnson.
Oh, that is so far down.
Really, I picked him in everything.
I don't hate it.
He is tall. He's good
It's
at
an odd
basketball.
pick.
He's fast. And hockey was the only one because he couldn't really skate. He wasn't that good.
Yeah,
of a
fair.
skater.
He was just big as shit.
Yeah.
An odd one. I think you might be reaching there, but it's your thing. I'll let you. You know, sometimes you're the Raiders, sometimes you draft high. I get it. So
Sometimes I have the best team, but go ahead, continue.
When was that?
Right now.
I'm wondering that too.
Yeah,
when did
right?
you have the best?
When does
draft?
Vo ever want to draft?
Pokemon.
No, you did not.
Not even close.
Not even close.
You took a Digimon first overall, so.
But
All right, you got
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Ricky Johnson. Who else you taking, bud?
Who else? Ooh, this is a tough one now.
I know who I want, so if
Oh.
they can get back.
Stephanie Morgan. She's a beast at baseball.
Yeah, that was it.
She was good at basketball. And
That was a good
wasn't a
one.
bad running back in football either.
Damn it.
She's got the speed. She's got toughness.
Okay, let's calm down.
And she's on my team now.
All right.
Rubbing it in.
I'm gonna add some flavor for mine. Let's go with one. Tony Dalvecchio.
Bitch. I go both my guys.
Dude has cavities for days because of the lollipop, but it don't even matter. Knows how to play sports.
He was good. He was good at everything.
All right, I got Sanchez the GOAT, Ahmed Khan all around, Dmitry Big Ass Petrovich.
He's got an Ernie Steele.
I like Ernie a lot, but I'm worried about speed because his running is poop.
You would think he'd be good with the long legs.
I know. He's super tall. Give me all right, give me Vicky Kawaguchi
Okay.
in the 2-2 at the 4 spot. What I wrote Kimi Kawaguchi. What the hell's that? Give me Vicky, yeah. And then let's go with you're too slow, you're too short.
This is just
Probably, I think, honestly, outside of the Webbers, because I don't really want to take either of them, give me Gretchen Hasselhoff.
yeah. I was like, because the Webbers are tough because
They're just identical. They cancel if I have somebody else with it, you know what I mean?
yeah. Plus, you don't really know which one you're getting. I guess if you
Yeah, I wouldn't know. If they came to practice, I would say you two. I would have no clue. So, yeah, I'm cool with that. That's a very strong 4 for me.
All right. Huh.
Which one did you say? Sorry.
Gretchen Hasselhoff.
How we get into the nitty gritty here?
Definitely an E in that name.
So
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Oh, yeah, I would hate to edit things.
I will go,
What you got, Rank?
and I will actually. I'm gonna take Ernie Steele.
Yeah. I felt bad leaving him on the board, but, like, man, he just wasn't it.
There are some things that you definitely think he could improve on, but I definitely believe that he could excel in other sports.
Like a spreadsheet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Ernie
Yeah.
Steele.
And that leaves me, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Don't blow it. Shot clock.
shot clock.
10,
We'll
9,
go with Mikey Thomas.
8. Oh, I was just thinking about him, but the only sport he was good in was baseball, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's
I
what I
can't
was.
think of what. Maybe he was good at soccer. I don't remember.
He was decent at soccer. I think he was a good goalie.
He had a big
Plus-
bat, man.
Plus, it always seemed like he was sick and we're in a pandemic, so I really wouldn't,
Yeah, but you got
Well-
Tony out there with his lollipop, sucking
Well, he's
the
not
lollipop.
giving the lollipop to anybody.
You have no idea what those kids are doing.
True. They're kids.
I got a solid team.
I think we'll have everyone vote on these. This is interesting because of all, not considering one particular sport, you have to look at it from a framework. So
There's a team.
it'll be good.
Just so we have them.
But
I think my team wins.
Your team's terrible, yeah.
yeah, I'm not even.
I mean, you have Pablo.
Yeah.
It's not really.
I have a great team.
It's all right.
Send
Yeah,
them to Ian,
if anything, we're deciding between Derek and I's right now, but it's
which is
fine.
every week on the show.
That's, oh Jesus. All right, we will leave you guys for a little bit, take a commercial break, and we'll be right back with the official ranking for tonight.
Woo woo!
Hi, I'm Josh. I like pizza. Do you like pizza?
When the moon heats your eyes like a big pizza pie.
We've let it coagulate. Show Greg. King of coagulation there.
Coagulation is key.
Homemade Greek ranch.
Do you like watching people eat pizza? Help me, because I'm on the quest to find the best pizza in Pittsburgh.
Hand-forged pizza. Vita Vici. That's amore.
Make sure you're sending in your recommendations for the best pizza in Pittsburgh, because I'm going to go, I'm going to try it, I'm going to hold it to my standards.
It's the aftertaste is the barf. Is where the barf comes
Oh
in.
yeah. I agree. It's bomb pizza.
Can your favorite pizza place pass the test? Find out.
Call it a pig in a blanket. Ooh. Wow, I wasn't muted for that, so sick. Thanks.
I said we were on.
All right, everyone, welcome back. It is time for the official ranking for tonight, which is very, very interesting because on our IG post earlier, we posted the top 5 worst backyard players, which I thought those were very much correct.
Do you want to? I can show those real quick if you want.
Yeah, why not? Bring it up.
Actually, no, I can't.
Okay, never mind. So false promises. So it happens. But yeah, those people are put into perspective. Now we're going to get into our top 10 best backyard players. These are the players that excelled in a lot of certain different sports and kind of were able to adapt and figure out their own ways of being the best. And kind of the OG people that normally appear on like covers and everything, and like the always number ones that people go and want to pick.
What
So
is he talking about?
Yeah.
Covers.
Wow. Do you want to explain to him why he's dumb and you're right, Austin?
the covers of the game,
Oh.
like
No, I just meant that because you're the ranking and he's not.
but no, it's proving people wrong is my specialty, so it happens. But let's
Love
move to number 10, which I'm hoping I'm pronouncing this name right,
Oh boy.
and that is Luann Lee.
That's a good pick. I was actually going to pick her, but I couldn't read the name and I forgot what her first name was.
The speed definitely is there.
Yeah.
That's the first and foremost. She excelled in soccer, like one of the best soccer players that
Yeah.
were in backyard soccer. And, you know, there's a couple other sports that, you know, she's not the greatest at, but the main thing is that she had the speed. And I mean, what other kid is going to grab a teddy bear out there and be able to still do the stuff that she does?
Right? I'm pretty sure, like, if she pitched in baseball, she had the teddy bear with her.
Oh yeah.
So it was a
Her whole
distraction.
character was with the teddy bear.
It's a great distraction.
Yeah, she's also that could be like a psychopath kid.
Right?
So.
Rips the head off the bear when things don't go well, says it
Or the
back
bear
on
comes
later.
to life
I'm
and kills us
fine.
all. Who knows?
Number 9 we are getting into, which is Angela Del Vecchio.
Yeah, it was between because no one took her, right?
No.
Dude, it was
No.
between her and Gretchen, and I don't know why I should have taken Angela. She was higher on my list.
Angela was probably, correct me if I'm wrong, but she was the best pitcher in
She
backyard.
had high pitch, yeah.
She
It was
decent.
between her and Randy Johnson, so like a little girl and the greatest pitcher of all time, but it's not like
Yeah.
a big deal.
She was a female version, Randy Johnson.
She actually, she was short and female. He was tall and weird and male. Freaking
And-
They,
pitcher.
they both
You know,
had
she
long
had-
hair.
She had the accent and she had the spunk, and that's what we're looking for with like considering with the talent provided. You know, she was able to bring a little bit of a character to it, which is awesome. We'll move on to number 8, which is one that Vo took, the always hungry Dante Robinson.
Big hot dog guy.
Hungry for victories.
Big hot dog guy, burger. It seemed like anytime he was up to bat, he's like, I'm hungry. Like, well, if you hit the ball, we'll be able to eat. Like, we need to
Wow.
get out of here. Like,
that
come on.
parent?
Get the first base. Here's a candy
You
bar.
can walk
Dante.
home, and if you don't hit it, Dante.
I also really enjoyed for backyard baseball his swing. He would literally take the bat and completely like 360 it.
Mhm.
It's just like you weren't even looking at the ball. You're just swinging the bat for this man.
But he hit
but
it every time.
Oh yeah. Other things. I mean, I know he was good in backyard soccer. I know that
Very
backyard
good. He was a good
basketball-
goalie.
Yeah.
Even with the butter fingers.
Yeah, I mean, you're carrying all that fried food around, man. You think something's gonna happen, but
Right.
He was able to keep it together.
Well, he did
Um,
have goalie gloves on though, so
That's
makes
true.
sense.
That is true. That's a good point, Bo. I never thought of that. Number 7, the Brainiac calculator, Dmitry Petrovic.
Way too high. Or
I
low.
don't think
Depends
so.
on which way.
Yeah.
I think he's right where he needs to be. You know, he had the body mass to be a good basketball player. He could knock someone out in hockey if he really needed to.
Yeah.
Well, he was
He's
the
a
best
great-
hockey player by
Yeah.
far.
He
Russian
is
rich.
always my punter or my kicker
Yeah.
for backyard football.
Because he's a nerd and he can calculate the distance of the kick and everything.
Yeah.
So this would have been
And
Austin as a kid.
With backyard baseball, I mean, like he wasn't, the greatest hitter per se, because you had with the speed you always had to consider with running the base, but he always, when he hit it, he hit it.
He hit it.
Hit it
He
far.
hit it.
I hit it hard, man, hard.
That's
So
Marky
far,
Dubois.
man,
That's Marky
far.
Dubois, who is not on this list. He's on the top 5 worst
Yeah,
backyard players.
Dubois, he's got a way to go.
He's just, it's crazy, man. This one might be controversial, this next pick. Number 6, Pete Wheeler.
It's controversial.
Do you want to transition to it?
Yeah, I was working on something else.
Pardon me to interrupt the show.
Oh!
Order!
He should be higher, way higher.
I don't.
Pete Wheeler's like, I think he's my number 2.
The speed is there.
And you
I
made
don't
fun of me
think.
for picking him. How's that make sense?
Well, for one thing, you had him in the S tier of a bracket, which I don't think he's literally bottom A of that. He's not S tier. There's only one S tier player, and that's Pablo Sanchez.
He's the next best though.
Yeah, he shouldn't be in the same tier as Pablo because he isn't. But I think he's at least 3rd in mine.
I don't see maybe it's just for me, but every time he would run routes for football, he would forget where he was going, and he would just be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, man. It happens." Like, no, Pete, we just lost the game
Yeah.
because you can't think straight. So, but the speed is there. I don't think he has much of anything else. I mean, he's a good bunter in baseball, like probably the best next to Ricky Johnson.
Yeah.
He's a good receiver in football because of the speed.
Great receiver because of the speed. Yeah. Great running back because of the speed, too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great person.
Nice guy.
Great young
Tries
kid.
hard.
Yeah. Great kid.
I wonder
Just-
where he's at now.
It's a shame that Austin hates him.
That's a shame, all right. Because number 5, ahead of him, we have Vicky Kawaguchi.
Glad to have
Good
her on
soccer
my team.
player.
Glad to have
Good
her on my
soccer-
roster.
Solid pick.
Basically, she was able to, like, the thing that had me concerned with this was her basketball, but she was never the person to get into a trap like that. She would always, dribble the ball fast enough and get it away before a person had a chance to get it. So speed is there and everything. She was good in baseball. She was good in hockey. Because she was so small, people would go to hit her and they would just miss.
Yeah.
So
That's kind of an important comment that just came through, Austin.
what's up?
In kids' backyard sports, isn't speed the most important?
I would say so.
I don't think so. I think power is, because you can be all fast as
He has
you
a
can be as
lot
fast
of
as you
fast
want.
people on this list though.
You could be as powerful as you want. But if you're too slow.
But if you're too slow. All I'm saying is that if someone hits it over as a home run, it doesn't matter how fast you are because it's gone. So same thing with it being in the, soccer ball in the net, or, your power shot in basketball, or your slap shot in hockey.
What's a power shot in basketball?
Yeah, were there
Did I say power shot?
You did.
were there power ups in basketball?
Yeah,
I don't
absolutely
remember.
there were. There
That's
absolutely
not what
were.
I meant, though, because I know that I was.
Austin's a power bottle. What?
You can see how much basketball knowledge I obtained over the years.
A lot for me. I love you.
Yeah, I'll
and I
save
think
that
you're doing great.
embarrassment. We'll head to number 4,
Just skip over that.
which was my number 1 overall, which was one Keisha Phillips.
She's good. She crushed the baseball.
Yeah, I think her and Dimitri could be swapped, and it's not a thing.
I don't know.
Because
if
she's
they-
not the
Pete.
best at
Or
any
Pete.
sport. He is the best at hockey by a long shot.
She has her stats so far up in most of these sports that it kind of like Dimitri isn't the best at every sport either. Like he's the best at hockey, but overall Keisha's stats in my mind were able to the one thing that I was concerned with this was soccer, but she literally just steamrolls over the competition. Like it's not even. She has the athletic ability that counters Dimitri's intellect, if that makes sense. Like Dimitri has more of the brain than Braun. Keisha has Braun.
I might put that to the challenge.
Okay.
I got somebody made a Google Docs spreadsheet of all of it, or did I just click spam?
You might click spam.
It says loading
Thanks,
Google Doc. Hope it's not like a dick pic or something. Her and the Big Hurt will put a big combo on dingers. They definitely would. Wow.
Oh,
That's a real Google Doc.
I got scared there for a second.
I mean, this isn't like Ian's 590 Survivor people that he puts
No,
into
I
the-
actually don't know what I'm looking at. It says rank, ID number, player name. There's somebody called Drone Worker. That can't be real.
I don't think that's right.
There's, I mean, we're looking at a list of like 225 of parents' kids,
Huh.
which that can't be.
That might
Those
be.
might
Like,
be
that
those,
might be
those
legit
could be
backyard
computer
sports.
generated names.
It says backyard baseball resources. I'm just gonna click off this. Okay.
They could,
It's like real
those
life
could be,
backyard kids.
Those could actually be computer generated players, like when you would face a computer, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're in our top 3 now, guys, and number 3 for me was one that I also took on my team, and that is
He's so happy about it.
Jocinda Smith.
Yeah, but I could also make a ranking
He's so
that's
happy.
accurate with it. Literally goes number 1 and number 2 and number 3 and number 4 and number 5, and they're all mine, Austin.
I mean, that if you look at it that way, but Jocinda has the ability to adapt and excel at every one of
Yeah,
these.
she's
sports.
good.
Like,
She was okay.
if you want, if one of the main people that say if you're in hockey and Dmitry Petrovic gets taken for being the best hockey player, like Jocinda is probably number 2 or 3 on this that you want to take, because no matter what, she can't do wrong. Like there's very little errors that come in between her and success for backyard sports. My number 2 is one that I also took.
Yeah,
That's why I took.
I
her.
don't understand either of these two beating Pete Wheeler.
Number 2 is
I
Kenny
almost
Kawaguchi.
spoiled it.
It just seems biased, Austin. Seems
I
like
don't-
you switched the ranking on us after you took your team.
I don't know. I did.
how do you-
I just
No, but that's why this little. That's why this little.
That's-
That's
yeah.
why you wanted to go third. So you could take both of these guaranteed and know that you were gonna win based off your own our
And he
rankings. I
switched them.
figured it out.
Yep, he switched them on us.
so your
or they just-
interpretation of a formula. I don't-
Genius.
Are they just that bad that we didn't pick them?
Yeah.
And he tries to make
Genius.
Kenny had the ability to play every single sport and excel at it in a wheelchair, and that says something, man. Like, the kid's great. I actually had him pitch once, and he was phenomenal. When I didn't think he would be a great pitcher. So, but
Why
I
do you
mean-
think that?
well, it his pitching wasn't that good. And then he pitched, and I was like, okay, I don't know why these stats are like this. Turn this on
Preconceived
me.
notions.
Pete Wheeler for president.
Pete
I
Wheeler
agree.
for president.
I agree.
That would be an
The
interesting.
Rank King hates Pete Wheeler. Make that.
It's another ginger thing. That's what it is.
Austin he hates gingers. Wendy's and Pete Wheeler.
Jose Pepperdine
That's,
thinks you're gonna cry, getting all emotional over Kenny.
I like Kenny, Austin.
I
I'm not
love
shitting on Kenny.
I did
Kenny,
love
you're right.
Kenny.
He's great at every sport. I just think Pete's faster.
Yep.
What's the term when someone makes a notion in court and the judge slaps the gavel really quickly?
Overruled.
Objection.
Objection.
Objection. I object to your statement.
You owe me
though.
$95. Case
I
closed.
don't.
Case
Objection.
closed.
No, the
That's
case
the
is
show.
closed.
Show's over.
Show's over.
Not even going to
And-
number one.
The number one, it is no surprise.
Oh my God, he's on my team.
Oh no, number one
Spoiler.
overall pick. Who could? That is one Pablo Sanchez.
Kind of sound like Elmo.
That was really Elmo-ish.
That was Elmo to a T. Hola. And my impersonations are rubbing off on you guys. It's
It's
crazy.
pretty good.
Pablo play baseball now.
But I mean, Pablo is the OG of backyard sports.
The GOAT.
Oh,
There's,
for sure.
there's
Now
no-
we can use the GOAT, Austin.
yes.
Not on Barry Bonds.
This is the GOAT in backyard sports.
Yeah.
Barry Bonds was the GOAT for the pros in backyard baseball. See what I did there? So
Whatever, Pablo's on my team, so suck it.
yeah, number one overall. I get it.
Yeah, that's a
Um,
given. Everyone knows Pablo's number one.
Well, apparently Pete Wheeler's in that S tier 2 vote, so apparently Pete Wheeler could have been number one.
No, he's number two.
Well, then he would be in the A category, Bo. He wouldn't be in the S.
Well, then how did you decipher between all the A people instead of... So they're all tied for second?
Is that to me or is that to
Oh,
him?
that's to you.
You're the
I
ranking.
just don't address your king like that.
All right, Oz, talk to us about Pablo.
I mean, every time he went up to the mound, you know that it was a dinger. Like there was no if and buts about it. Most people needed a power up. He was the power up. He was the golden star that Mario picked. Like
His little belly
he
and all.
virtually excels at everything. Everything that is the sports realm in backyard sports, he excelled at. And if he hit a home run, his theme played over, and it was the
Banger.
most electrifying thing in backyard sports entertainment.
Didn't
So,
in soccer, like when he scored, didn't his hat come off too sometimes?
I think
Or
so.
I think, yeah, you're right.
He had like a hat trick or something like that.
He's the best.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Yeah.
But what are your top 10 backyard sports players? Who will win the draft? All of these questions
guy
will
right here.
hopefully be answered that are not Vo
Fair.
soon
That's a good
next
point.
week.
I can't believe you left Ahmed Khan off the top 10.
And
I
Stephanie
don't think
Morgan.
he deserves to be in there.
Stephanie Morgan.
But you put Luann Liu in there because she's fast, but you also hate speed when it comes to Pete Wheeler.
Oh. Smack gavel.
I'm scared to.
Point. No,
I don't
do
want
it.
to.
Dude,
Gonna
you
hurt
get a
you.
point.
I have to wait till Austin says something.
Objection.
Overruled.
Nah, wanted to give you a little gavel platform there.
Thank you.
Yeah, 400 says he
Um,
really wants to play these games now. We're
Well,
right
I mean,
there
that
with
was
you.
the whole point of this.
Everybody, go buy Backyard Sports stock. That is the power of the Rank Kings Court.
Honestly,
it will be
though,
up tomorrow. Go buy the stock of Pablo Sanchez.
everything we talk about comes up in the news like a couple days later.
It's a really good
So.
point. We should make a what is it, Pablo Sanchez coin instead of Dogecoin. We should make our
Oh,
own
gosh.
cryptocurrency based on Pablo Sanchez.
Just to recap here for the official ranking, we have Luann Lee, Angela Del Vecchio, Dante Robinson, Dmitry Petrovich, Pete Wheeler, Vicky Kawaguchi, Keisha Phillips, Joe Cinda, Smith, Kenny Kawaguchi, Pablo Sanchez.
And
Love it.
Austin, now I have the worst players if you want to show that. That's what I was
Oh,
working on.
show it. Go ahead.
We'll show it. So those are the The worst
This is-
5.
This is right.
Yeah, I don't understand Gretchen on this one, especially considering she's not worse than Sally Dobbs or Kimmy. And I could go through a ton of people, Austin. So go ahead and why you think she's the worst, and then I'll name some names.
There are certain sports that she does mediumly good at. I'll use that. I know that's not a real word, but I'll use that.
Not at all.
But a lot of the time, it's very hit or miss with even those sports. Like if she almost break the mic.
It's okay. It's okay.
He's
Nobody can
just
see
showed
us. We're
everything.
still on the clipboard. Don't mind my blood.
I will say that all these, it's especially like Lisa Crockett and Marky Dubois. Gonna hit this back out here in the backwoods. Like it just all of this.
You didn't put Lisa Crockett on the list, though.
Lisa Crockett's not on the list. I know.
So then
She's-
why?
So I use the name. She would be if there'd be the top
She'd be
5.
number
She would be-
6.
She'd be number 6. So
But then why say her with Mark, who's number 2?
I get what you're saying.
I mean, what
See-
about Billie Jean Blackwood? Are you shitting me?
Who else was bad?
Billie Jean Blackwood was bad.
She was terrible.
Sally
I don't think
Dobbs,
Mark wasn't that bad.
Maria Luna.
First, though, if you played as Marky Dubois in Backyard Baseball, if you were to
Yeah,
hit
that was a difference.
what would look like a triple, he
Yeah.
would get out running to first base. He is one of the slowest characters in Backyard Baseball to begin with, and his speed
Well,
is just garbage overall.
That's why I didn't pick him in baseball. He was good in soccer.
Telling you. But those were our top 5 worst. We did our top 10 best. Let us know how we did. I think this was a great, great segment. And if I can find the Backyard games, I'll slowly put them into my old Dell desktop computer.
I play baseball when I go back to my parents. Maybe I'll bring that here one day and stream it.
That'd be sweet.
But-
Austin, the one time I bought the game, it was the version without the pros, and I was so
Oh.
mad.
Oh,
was
there's a
terrible.
version without the pros?
It's,
Yeah.
it's just the kids. My backyard soccer was just the kids.
That's what it was. It was
Yeah.
soccer. And
I know
might
that
have
the
had a
soccer was
baseball
just
one.
for the kids. I didn't know they had a
It
baseball.
sucks with just the kids, and it's sorry to
Oh.
say that to the kids because I'm sure the kids are great, but it sucks with just the kids.
Yeah, it's not the same.
No, it's
But-
titties, but the bad kind.
But all right, everyone. This has been a very successful Rankings Court. Please tune in on Tuesdays with us at 6:30 on Twitch. You have thoughts from the movies on Wednesday at 8. The flagship show, 2 Beers Deep, at 6 on Thursday. The
Boo.
Vault, which drops on Facebook and YouTube at noon. Boondock Banger. Get that gavel away from that thing. Yeah, Boondock Bangerang at 10 on
Respect him.
Sundays. Your Idiot Hour, Dead by Daylight, Among Us segments on Monday and us on Tuesday. Everyone, thank you. Court is adjourned.
Court is adjourned.